welcome back to another episode of the Kick Discussion Podcast. Well, as you can see, there's a new face in the house, and with me today, I have Mr. Abiodun Taufik. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for showing up. It's really an amazing game between PSG and Real Madrid. And initially when we saw this matchup, I thought there will be a really exciting game. But I am really disappointed.
Yeah, thank you for having me once again. And good evening, guys. And thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, it's actually a very an exciting game of football. I wouldn't lie. And right from the lineup, I know this is going to be a very good matchup. And though I'm not surprised, I expect PSG to be dominant.
But not with this scoreline.
Yes, I wasn't expecting this score line though, but I expect PSG to be the dominant team here.
Well,
Obviously.
let's start from Thiago Courtois because initially the early minutes of that game, Real Madrid doesn't look composed, most especially in their defense. They don't look composed at all, and the way they play this game is like they feel the tension to play against PSG. Do you understand? And very early in the game, Courtois made like brilliant saves under 5 minutes before they eventually conceded a goal. But before we talk about that goal, Courtois has saved them, and I expect the defense to be there for him as well. But they were nowhere to be found.
I think one thing I would like to say about Courtois before I say anything about Courtois saves is if you go through what Alonso did today, I think the fact that Thibaut Courtois has been called into action from 3 minutes, 4 minutes it shows something about how you line up. For your defense, for a team as attacking as PSG, then calling your keeper into action, two shot on goals and two brilliant saves in the first 5-6 minutes of the game is a big call to actions, and I felt Alonso should have smelled danger there. Then I will give the flowers to Tete Bakotoa. He's a very good goalkeeper and has been on the elite level for a very long time, and he's always showing up every time. So Tete Bakotoa is
Now,
really had a share of the game.
the first goal, it was a mistake from Raul Asensio as a central defender. In fact, when I saw that mistake, I was like, what was he thinking? What was going through his head? Because initially, when the ball came to him, there was no pressure. He felt too comfortable, and his first touch really let him down. Because me, I expect him to have made the clearance before Fabian Ruiz even got there initially. But look at that, an elite level defender.
Okay, I think I will be a bit, let me say, a bit biased with my analysis here. Let me say a bit direct. I would call Raul Asensio an elite level defender. To me, Raul Asensio is still not in that level, and I think he felt the pressure. This is where experience come to play. Look at the press, and when they see him get the ball, you see how the PSG forward press, and like I said, you have the time, you have the room to make that clearance. Having conceded two shot on goals in the first 2 minutes, your goalkeeper has made a big save, and you are being overwhelmed already during the first minute. You need to calm down. I think that ball, you really didn't have to spend much time on ball at that very position. I expect him to get the ball, make the clearance, and regroup. Let the team regroup and not making that. The mistake was very costly from Raul Asensio. He's a professional footballer, and it's a defender that have playing time towards the ending of last season. I think he has grown in confidence, gained some experience by playing some games in both at the Champions Leagues and high intensity game in the league. So I myself too, I wasn't expecting that error from him, but this is football. It happens, but it cost them a lot.
Well, I
So
agree with you. I agree with you because, like, I think he broke into this Real Madrid team last season.
yeah, towards the end of the
But
last season.
for me personally, I wouldn't expect him to make that mistake. Do you understand?
Mm.
Because talking of experience, Rudiger also made the same mistake. He gave the ball away when he is supposed to play his goalkeeper or maybe extend the ball into his other central defender. He wanted to play the ball, so his left leg just mistakenly pushed the ball ahead of him. Then he lost the ball again.
I think this is where looking at both defenders making those costly mistakes. I think this is where this is where Hudson come in, and this is and like I said, the when Hudson was signed, it's going to be a key part of Alonso plays because towards the end of last season, we've been seeing this rift in Madrid's the defense, loss of confidence, though injury, had his own share. But I think going forward, if Alonso is going to be successful, I think Austin will be a very huge part. And one thing I think Alonso did today that I wasn't really too comfortable with, for a team as attacking as PSG, she should have stick with at least four defense and not go with three defense because you can't tell me Valverde
Right back.
at the right back is the solution in this kind of game. Though Valverde is good, he has played some couple of games
In
in
that
there,
position.
but I think should have used people that actually are natural in that position. Maybe should have helped because looking at those games when that attacking threat came in, I think both Rudiger and Asensio where they are, I don't think there is this complement between them, because they couldn't withhold the press and looking at how sluggish Rudiger is in the game because he just coming back from injury, the match sharpness you need to grow good into the game. But for this game, I think Rudiger is he was overwhelmed and those mistakes comes in.
Well, enough of Real Madrid because I was disappointed. Let's talk about PSG because I really do not see any weakness in this PSG team. They are a complete. Right now in Europe, there is no team that is as complete as PSG. I don't think there's one currently.
I will agree with that. Even I initially in this game, I was thinking maybe Pacho partnership with Marquinhos will actually show at some point, but the guy who came in for Pacho really did well, and I don't think there's much
Beraldo.
for the Donnarumma to do. But Berardo really did well, and his partnership with Marquinhos was very excellent. Nuno Mendes at the left back, while Hakim at the right back, they really did very well. So, like you said, PSG are currently the best team in Europe, no doubt about that, and they are currently flying high.
They have midfield as well. Jao Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz. Like this, honestly speaking, I don't know, like the role that was given
To Fabian Ruiz
to
today.
Fabian Ruiz today, and again Ousmane Dembele as well.
I think I will respect Luis Enrique for what he did today. If you look at those later runs that Fabian Ruiz has been making inside those blocks, it shows you what the intention is. And look at when PSG attacks and look at the amount of bodies inside the box when pass is coming in when they are on counter. I expect Fabian Ruiz to actually be a more central midfielder today, but I'm surprised he plays more like an attacking midfielder and it pays off. Fabian Ruiz has really been good, so far,
No doubt.
both for the national team and for
For PSG,
PSG.
he has been excellent.
He's excellent. He's a key player, and that shows today that PSG have that squad, and they are currently the team to beat in Europe.
I agree, and let's not forget this man, Vitinha, the angel of the room. Like honestly speaking, anytime PSG are playing, it dictates the pace of the game for PSG.
I think two players in Europe currently, Vitinha, Pedri. Those like I look at those two guys and you hardly believe at this the way they win ball, the way they carry the ball, the way their vision, the controls of the game is just so excellent. Vitinha is up there. It's up there. I was initially I was expecting PSG to rely more on Zaire Emery than Vitinha, but believe me, Vitinha has proved me wrong in every game, every plays, and every decision he makes. The guy is brilliant. What a midfielder.
And let's talk about the goals that he scored. The first goal was a mistake from Asensio. The second goal as well was a mistake. Under 9 minutes, they got two goals. And I lost the excitement for the game already in that first half. Honestly speaking, I lost the excitement because I expect a very tough match between both of them, and I expect a scoreline like 2-1.
Well, I wasn't expecting much. Seeing the lineup, I think we had this discussion before the game. We had
Yeah,
a
of
pre-game
course.
discussion. When I saw the lineup, I
Of
said,
course, you said
okay,
it.
Mbappe, at the right wing, then Vinicius left wing, and this my
Gonzalo Ramos.
Gonzalo Ramos. No,
I
not
mean,
Gonzalo Ramos.
Gonzalo Garcia.
Gonzalo Garcia in the middle. I felt Alonso should have reserved some firepower. Alonso really did not learn. This is not a game for practicals. He should have learned from what happened to Ancelotti in La Liga last season.
Obviously.
Mbappe and Vinicius and Rodrigo in a game, and now pushing Mbappe to the right. Really, I felt is a tactical mistake for me, and I'm surprised there was no correction earlier on. Because look at Vini. As a manager, you need to make some tough
Decisions.
decisions. Drag Vini out since Vinicius passes are going to him, and Vinicius is not really in the game today, and I felt it's a tactical mistake. Myself,
I think he should have been withdrawn and bringing Rodrigo on.
even Rodrigo, let's say, I would say Madrid really need Rodrigo. Why? Rodrigo is more versatile because Vinicius cannot play as a number nine, cannot play at the right wing. So apart from the left wing, I don't see anywhere Vinicius plays better. So Mbappe has been excellent as a number nine throughout last
Last
season.
season.
So I felt Alonso should have pushed Adagula to that wing. Adagula can really play well at the right wing. Leave Mbappe and rest Gonzalo Garcia. Bring on Gonzalo Garcia in the second half.
Second half.
More like a firepower when the PSG defense are a bit tired. I know it's in a good form, but Mbappe is Mbappe. Let's be realistic. So if you're starting Mbappe, then I think he's more effective. It's that he has perfected that number nine role towards the end of
Right
last
now.
season, and he should have played at that number nine role. Then drag Adagula to the wing if you're not going to play Rodrigo. Then Valverde should have pushed towards the midfield to support the midfield and use Alexander Arnold. To me, that should have gone.
Well,
Use Lucas Vazquez. So it is a tactical error, and I believe he has learned. He's still trying to put a bit of piece on together in the team, and I felt as the time goes, he's going to get it. But Mbappe as a right wing, that's definitely
it's not going to work, honestly speaking. And I just want to second what you just said because that was the beginning of last season. I mean, last season when Mbappe just came into the game, they have this kind of issue as well,
Yeah.
whereby when they are on the ball, do you understand?
Yeah.
Like they don't have that cohesion between themselves in that attacking zone, and that caused them some games